All right, guys, welcome to the video. I am sitting in this stool in this spot, which means that I'm going to be talking about something that you can apply directly in your life to help you meet your fitness goals. And what we're going to be talking about today is how you can best approach like a big social event or a big meal out or anything like that and continue to make progress towards your fitness goal. Now, the first thing I want to say and get this out of the way is that this is part of life. You can't live your life in like a vacuum of you and your fitness goals. That's just not realistic for most people. There will be birthday parties, there will be big dinners with friends, all the rest of it. These things happen in our life, whether you're watching this around Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Passover, whatever it may be. These things happen in our lives, and there are strategies that you can implement to best approach them and stay most optimally on track for your fitness goals. So let's dive into those strategies. The first thing that I tell my clients to do, if they know they have something planned, like you're going out to a big pasta dinner with a friend that's in town they haven't seen in a couple months, how can you approach that meal throughout your day so you're going to be most optimally set up for that meal? Two big things to focus on in the day leading up to that meal. Focus your meals around eating high protein foods and keeping calories low. Why is that? Most meals, when we go out to eat, most meals are relatively lower in protein, higher in fat, higher in carbs, and just high in calories in general. So if you're trying to be as optimal as possible, getting a lot of lean protein in, whether that's in the form of egg whites, chicken breast, anything like that, anything that tends to be lower calorie and higher protein throughout your day, is just going to set you up around that meal to make sure that your calories are low enough so you have plenty of calories to work with to enjoy that meal, but you've also got a lot of your protein in for the day. Because the odds that you're going to be able to hit the amount of protein that you need to for the day on that big meal out is probably pretty low. That's the first big strategy. The other thing that I would have my clients do if they know they have a big meal coming up is get a workout in. And I'm not approaching that in the slightest from the standpoint of you should work out because you're going to be eating a lot of calories and you should prepare yourself by burning as many calories before that workout as possible. That's not where I'm coming from at all. Where I am coming from is that if you know that you're going to be eating food that will probably bring you into a surplus for the day, so this is assuming fat loss is your goal, so bring you into a calorie surplus for the day. If you get a good strength training session in on that day, you might as well just take advantage of those potential gains, right? Like you're going to be eating in a surplus, get some strength training in so that you get some muscle protein synthesis going through that day to put those extra calories you're getting in the day to use to build muscle potentially. Now on a day-to-day level, are you going to be making like crazy muscle gains just by working out on days where you're going to be in a surplus? No, not just on one day, but we're thinking about strategies to be as optimal as possible. So getting a workout in that day so those calories can be put towards potentially building muscle to get a little bit more out of that meal. So it's like productive in your body, so to speak. Like I said, that's if we're trying to be very optimal about this. It's not necessary, but it can be a good strategy to make the most out of eating in a surplus at that big meal. Next strategy for you, work out the day after. If you are in a fat loss phase and you've been strength training for a while in that phase, strength training when in a deficit isn't the most pleasant thing. It can be pretty difficult at times when your carbs are pretty low, so you have less energy, less glycogen stored in your muscles. So if you know that the night before you had a big pasta dinner and those glycogen stores are gonna be topped out the next day, get a strength training session in. Like, use that excess energy in your body that you haven't had for a while if you've been eating in a deficit to get a good workout in. And just like getting a workout in the day of, this is not approaching it from I ate poorly, I need to punish myself by burning more calories. It's not approaching this from a calorie expenditure point of view. It's approaching it from the standpoint of excess energy in your body. Take advantage of that. Get a good workout in. I would even go so far as to restructure my workouts in the week around it so that the next day isn't a rest day and the day of isn't a rest day. Hit like an upper body workout day of and a lower body workout the next day. Just take advantage of it. And like I said, this is if we're trying to be as optimal as possible and still meet our goals. And the last thing I'll say about this is don't sweat it. You didn't make all of your progress in one day, and you're not gonna lose it in one day either from one big meal out. That's not how this stuff works. You can make those marginal optimization type things by working out day of, working out the day after, keeping calories and protein low to try and help you stay in that deficit. But at the end of the day, as long as this isn't a regular thing, if this is a holiday, this is this big event that you've been looking forward to, just enjoy it. Don't worry about being in a surplus. You're not gonna kill your diet from one day. So long as these things aren't every single week, you can get by just enjoying yourself. Let loose, eat the food, have the drinks, and don't sweat it. Don't punish yourself the next day. Don't feel that you're gonna lose all your progress. Just get back on track the next day like it never happened. If you do that, you're gonna be fine long term. But there's always gonna be people who are gonna want to make things as optimal as possible and try to implement strategies to make these things fit without feeling like they went off the plan for a day. So to recap, if you have a big meal or event coming up in the evening, get lots of protein in early in the day, lean protein choices, and keep calories low so you have plenty of calories to work with at your meal. Get a workout in the day of, workout the day after, and the last thing, don't sweat it. Nobody made all their progress in one day and lost it all in one day. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please leave a like. We've got a nice, small, tight-knit community of people watching all of these videos, and I would love to see those like numbers go up. It really helps other people find the channel. Any type of engagement, like, comment, subscribe, helps me and it helps other people join this community that we've got going over here on YouTube. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.